So we'll start with the food truck. That seems like a pretty quick one, and then we'll see where we go from there. So, thanks for coming all this way. Scrubba-dubbas really appreciate it. My food truck's in a sorry old state. It's a long story, so I'll fill you in along the way, but in a nutshell, business has just gotten tougher and tougher. I hear you. I've had to start delivering to customers wherever I can find them. Right now, the only folks interested are those living quiet life in a national park. I guess the rumours haven't reached that far yet, but then neither has the Department of Transport. Off-roading was a nightmare. It splattered my ingredients everywhere, and I must have hit more tree branches than a sulking Sasquatch. Now I return to the recreation ground, understandably getting nothing but filthy looks from the passers-by. Please clean both my truck and my reputation. Mark, how's it going? Welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. I messaged you in Matt's chat, but I don't know if you had left by then. Let me know if your daughter would like an F off geese shirt from her favourite streamer. She'd be literally the first person with Tater merch. I can get that arranged. I can maybe reword it to not say fuck off, you know. Go away, nasty geese. Or something. But let me know. Alright, let's get into it. You need to let me know what you want me to actually put in the writing for it. Since, you know, she is a little. Alright, let's get to cleaning this truck. As we always do, we'll start from one side, we'll do one full half, and then we'll go and do the others. I'm guessing you've heard of my famous muckin' hamburger. I have not, but sure, for the purpose of this dialogue, let's say that I have. You may have seen my catchy ad on the local network a while back. We know about ham, but what's the muck? I'll just clean these tires while I'm here. Then I'd come and shake my head and tap my nose. Sorry guys, but you're all out of luck. Oh, aren't you crafty? I want a muckin' hamburger, don't we all? I've heard they're muckin' excellent. I am Scottish, mate, yeah. My wife, me, and the missus met many, many moons ago on a AOL chat room of all things. And had it off, back and forth, year after year, and then we eventually just kind of said, this is silly, what are we doing? We're either going to do this or we're not, so we decided to do it, and we got married, and over I came. So been here 8 years now. Shouldn't have cleaned that. That's the front side. Breaking my own rules. Yeah, pretty decent reason, I thought. And it doesn't snow here, so I am happy. Iowa to Washington. Yeah, I mean, not quite as far, but even still uh, still a decent move regardless. She was actually going to come to Scotland. There was a small time where she was actually going to move to Scotland, but we changed our minds and went the other way. I tell you though, that immigration process, whew, that is not for the faint of heart. Like that, that is a stressful time to say the least. I did not enjoy any of that. But the funny thing is about it, so obviously not everyone has ever gone through it, and most people are likely not to go through it, is the complete lack of information. Like what they ask for and what they put you through, like not physically, but you know, the things that you have to do, have to achieve, have to, you know, work through, etc., etc. They're not that hard. It's the waiting. So we went on a spouse visa. So I came over here one trip. Oh, hang on, please pause. I was trying to generate some mystery about the ingredients of my burgers, get a buzz going. And instead you scared them all because they thought there was muck in it. You know, like thingy do with their chickeny bits. Chickeny bits, huh? There we go. No, that's all you tell me? Alright. So yeah. The biggest issue with the immigration process. I'm sorry. I came over here and got married, and then we started the spouse visa process. So you know, first of all, I mean, you pay for the privilege right off the bat. So it's, I don't know, at the time it was like $500 or something just to like get the forms and start the process essentially. And the first part is all about her. So she had to fill out information about her family, yada yada yada, everything like that. Cool, fine. So then we sent that off, and then you just wait, right? That's it. You just wait. You get a reference number, like an application number, and you just wait. Then eventually they'll message you and say, okay, now here's where you are. Now, they don't tell you how long that part of the whole process will take. They're just like, cool, thank you, we'll get back to you. Here's your reference number. So you don't hear anything, you don't hear anything, you don't hear anything. And then basically when you hear something, it is either A, cool, we're moving you to the next part, or B, hey, you messed something up here, you're going to have to do it again. So we sent off the application, and then there was something wrong with the financials, I think, of what my wife sent away. So we waited, I don't know, I can't remember the exact timelines here, but it was like a good couple of months, so at least maybe 3, maybe 4 months. And they came back to us and said, okay, yeah, we need more information about the financials, please fill out this form. Cool. You do that. Then 3 or 4 months go by again. And you don't hear anything, nothing. And if you call, all they'll tell you is, yep, your application is in the process. We will reach out to you once we are ready to move on, or if we need something from you. All right, fine. So then that all got put through fine, no problems. Then it was my turn. So then I had to fill out a whole bunch of information and get police background checks and get my financials over to them and everything like that. So then sent that off, and then we're talking another 3 or 4 months. Now I think at that point, nothing came back from my side, if I remember correctly. But it did take a little bit longer because I had to wait on information coming back. Like I needed to wait for, what did I wait for? My security clearance and like my background, my police background check and stuff. So yeah, again, we're talking maybe another 4 or 5 months. So I get all that, I send it away. 4 or 5 months, we then wait. And then at this point, their systems went down. So they stopped processing everything for like maybe another 2 months or so. They just were completely down. They couldn't process anything. They couldn't update anything, nothing. So there's an extra delay. Then, after I got past that part, so once like the kind of backgrounds and the reason for the visas and all of that kind of stuff, after all of that was kind of taken care of and done, everything then seemed to move at like lightning speed. So out of nowhere, one day I get an email saying, "Hey, everything's done. You need to go." Oh, please hold. Fact is, there was nothing special about what I put in there. It was just the standard malarkey plus a lot of salt. Salt was a secret ingredient, huh? Needed a lot of salt, some saltiness in your burger. Anywho, it worked a treat. We were rushed off of our feet for years. We fueled every festival from here to Sparkleton. Good chat. So we're past a year now. Yeah, so at this point we're past a year. And basically all we've heard of, now remember at this point, we haven't even heard like, you've been accepted, everything's good, we just need you to do this stuff. We're still basically jumping through hoops at this point. We still don't technically know if I am going to be accepted. So we get the information back. Yep, everything's in order. Everything's running fine. We now need you to contact this doctor, basically, who will put you through a physical and just make sure that you're not coming to the States for medical care or anything like that. Like any kind of medical care that you do need will just be the standard medical care that anyone might need, but you're not coming here because you've actually got a heart condition and you're trying to get the best doctors, yada yada yada, whatever the case may be. So I'm like, okay, cool. Can I just do that at my local doctor's? What can I do? And like, oh no, you need to go to this one doctor, this immigration specialist doctor, that's in fucking London. Oh, and by the way, you need to do this within like X amount of weeks of receiving this notice. So now, all of a sudden, like, I get the email that day. Now I'm rushing about trying to get flights to London, because I've still got a job at this point as well. So I'm trying to book time off, trying to get flights to London, yada, yada, yada. So we get all that taken care of. And the physical was just the physical, basically. No, dude, I'm in Scotland at this point. I'm in Scotland. So we got married in August, and I stayed for like a month or two or whatever, and then I flew back to Scotland. So this is all, we're still long distance at this point. So yeah, the flight to London is only an hour away. That's not too bad, but still, an extra expense that I wasn't expecting. Now, I'll add the other part to this story. We got married in August, and I flew back in, end of August, whenever it was. And when I got back, I got laid off from my work. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm planning to move to the States anyway. It's not that big a deal, not knowing how long this was going to take. So now, obviously, as you've seen, I'm a year into this now. So pretty much a year into this without a full-time job. And I didn't want to get a full-time job because I'm like, well, at any point, this, it could be it. And I don't want to, put someone through all the stresses of hiring and interviewing and training me to then, for the next day, me to go, oh, by the way, I'm moving to America. See you later. So I was working for a contractor, and they were giving me jobs here and there as and when they were coming up. So I was getting some money coming in, but not an awful lot. So a trip to London was like the last thing that I really wanted, because that was obviously a big expense. So anyway, get to London. The physical was just like a normal physical. The only thing that I hadn't, or the only thing that I didn't have was my immunization records. So to be on the safe side, they immunized me again for a whole bunch of stuff, and that was pretty much it. Everything else was fine. They said, yeah, cool, you're good to go. So I leave London, and the next day or so, we can go to a bar. Get it? Yeah, leave London, and submit the fact that I've had all the tests done and upload those, and then literally, like, I don't know, a week later, maybe not even that. You don't get it, because Decky and I are the bar, Mark. We're the bar. About a week later, I get another email saying, cool, we got your medical records, everything's good. We are now going to move you forward for your actual immigration interview. Your assigned date and time, and it was like maybe 2 weeks from that letter. It wasn't long at all. And it's going to be here, and here are the things that you're going to need to bring. Here's everything that you need to prepare. And it was a laundry list of stuff. It was like, okay, all the documents that you've sent us, and I had to send birth certificates, I had to send tax statements, everything, absolutely everything. Like everything that you've sent us, you need to bring with you to this interview. Plus, you also need to bring all of these other things. I'm like, fuck it. So then why did I send them to you? Like, surely we could have just skipped right to the interview part and me bring all of this stuff and, get it all done there. But all right, fine, whatever. So I've got like a briefcase essentially with me to this interview. So go back down to London, get ready for this interview. Now, they don't tell you what to expect. They don't say like, this will be a sit-down thing, this will be, conducted remote, whatever. Like, they tell you nothing about the interview process. So I'm suited and booted. Like, I'm preparing for an interview, like a proper old interview. It's more like, Mark, you'll get this decade. I don't know if you quite will. But it was more like a DMV interview, right? It's just a bunch of windows, and you walked up to the window, handed over your stuff, and you spoke to this person through the window. I was thinking, CIS interrogation, sit you down in a room, flashlight, why are you going to America? No, nothing like that. Basically, like, just going to the DMV. That was all. That's all it was like. But the interview was the funniest part. The interview, they take all your documents. I was very, very overdressed for the occasion. Yeah, basically it was. It was like I went suit and tie for the DMV. I was so overdressed and prepared. So you get there, you get a site. Well, first of all, you stand outside in whatever weather it is. Doesn't matter. And then you have like a code, and they'll bring you in via your code, because obviously the embassy, there's other things that you can do there, not just immigration stuff. So they bring you in by your code at the time of your interview. So I'm standing outside in the pissing weather, and I'm shitting myself because I've got like this suitcase full of documents. Other people, I kid you not, have like totes, big tote boxes of documents and all that kind of, and I'm thinking, fuck, have I forgotten something? Have I not brought something with me? Like, holy shit, like, because if I can't get that stuff, maybe I might be able to get it emailed quickly, but in terms of paper copies, like, I'm not getting it. So I'm standing in this queue shitting myself, thinking I fucked the whole thing up. So then I get in, and I see it's like the DMV. I'm like, right, okay, well, I've got what I've got, and if I have to get something emailed, maybe I can get it done, but we'll see what happens. If I fucked up, I fucked up. I read the letter properly. Please hold. But then the cat started to go missing. Do you remember? Started with Ulysses, the mayor's cat. I do remember. We never did find that kitty cat. Or did we? I forget. We might have found that cat. That was fine, but when more disappeared, a rumour started that they were going into my burgers. Can you imagine? A cat burger. A cat burglar. Ah! I cracked myself up. It was awful. I bet, sir. So yeah, so I'm in line, suited and booted, ready to go, shitting myself, thinking I've maybe forgotten something, but get called in, so here we go. And like I said, yeah, it's basically like walking into the DMV. So I get called up to a window, and they take all my documents, and they look over my documents, and, do the little stampy thing that everyone always seems to do in these fucking places. And she says, okay, all your documents are ordered, so right away, I'm like, okay, great. Relief. It's like, now kind of is time for the interview part. So, all right, let's do this. So she's like, okay, so where are you looking to move to? That's the question. Okay. And who are you planning to stay there with? So, my wife. Okay. Is she a local resident? Yes, she is. And what about this? And what about that? And then I realized how much this is just basically like reading off of a script. Because I instantly saw what they were doing. These weren't like, tell me about yourself, intriguing questions. These were, give me an answer, and then I'm going to ask you the same question in 5 minutes, and I want to see if you give me the same answer. Fuck off, geese. Or, yeah, geese. Not goose, geese. So she went, okay, so you're going to live with your wife. Does your wife work? I said, yes, she does. I said, what does she work as? I said, she works, at the time she's working for a car dealership, doing service calls. Like, you know, hey, I want to book my car in for service. Can you help me? Yada, yada, yada. So I said, yeah, she works for, oh, hang on. Oh, dang, you need to give him something to work with here. Just tell me more. He doesn't know what to tell you. This isn't a Grease song. Help him out. So I said, yeah, what does your wife work as? Yes, she works as a service rep at a car dealership. And she goes, okay. And where do her grandparents live? I said, oh, they just live right around the corner from where we live on the street. Okay. And what does your wife do for a job? And I paused and looked at her and went, she's a service rep for a car dealership. And she went, okay. And in my head, I'm thinking, I get what you're doing. Like, you're trying to see if I stumble or slip up or say something different, change my answers, you know, cave under this pressure. I said, but you've got to give it more than one question, because now I just think you're insane. Like, I know I have to remember this stuff. Are you remembering this stuff? Do you remember what it is you're asking me? It was insane. So we get through the interview, and then just like nothing had happened. Like, I hadn't gone through like a 1.5 year ordeal at this point. It's just like stamp, 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 stamp. Cool, you're good to go. You'll be granted your visa. Give me your passport, and we will take it away. We'll get your visa put into your passport. You'll receive it back. When you receive it back, you'll have 30 days to enter the country to, you know, make your visa valid. Like, but it was like so nonchalant, just like, yeah, you knew this was going to happen, right? No, I've been shitting myself for 1.5 years, and I didn't know what was going on. And she's just like, yeah, you're cool. Off you go. Do I have to wear a suit? Yep, on you go. I'm like, okay. So she took my passport, and then yeah, like maybe 2 weeks later, I got 2 envelopes. So you get told like it's ready for collection, or you can pick it up. And I was like, oh, I can pick it up from. It was like I had the service store like right down the street from me, basically. So I went, oh, I'll pick it up. So I went to pick it up, and there was 2 envelopes, 2 big kind of brown envelopes. One of them says, "Do not open, bend, damage in any way prior to arriving at the first port of entry." So basically, when you arrive in America. So I was flying to Newark, then Florida. And then the second one was my passport with all the documentation, you know, and how it all, you know, what's going to happen when you get to America and stuff like that. So now I'm shitting myself again because I don't have, like, I have a bag that I travel with, but I mean, this envelope was like, you know, this big. I'm like, I don't have fucking anywhere I can put that. So now I'm carrying around this envelope all through the airport, on the plane, hoping it doesn't get damaged or bent or broken or anything. So there's another 8 hours. Here's me thinking like it's all dandy. Another 8 hours of my life absolutely shitting myself that I lose this fucking thing, or it gets broken or damaged or whatever. It's fucking horrific. And then I get to Newark. I give them the document, and they're like, yep, cool, all good. And they open it up and they look through everything. And then they give you like the kind of last final interview. And it's kind of very similar stuff, like who you coming to see, who you coming to, where you're going to be living, what's the address, what's your, you know, how old is your wife, da 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 da. And you're just sitting down in a chair at this point. It's just like the custom agent just asking you a bunch of questions. And what I didn't tell you was I was still allowed to visit. So throughout this process, I was still visiting Florida every now and then, like maybe once every 6 months or so. So during one of my visits, my wife fell pregnant. So my daughter was born in September, and I got the green light to move in like January. So I then flew over the following February. So we had obviously New Year's. So the guy's like, okay, and when was your daughter born? What year was your daughter born? And because we had just had the new year, my mind was fixated on the new year, and because it was so soon, I was just like, oh, 20, da, da, da. And he was like, and he looked at me like, "You want to try that again?" He was like, he's like, "Do you want to try that again?" I went, "Oh shit, yeah, we just had the new year, yeah, last year." He's like, "There you go." Because you might want to remember that in the future, either your wife or your daughter is going to be very mad at you if you get that wrong. I'm like, yeah. But again, I got it wrong to a customs agent. So for like 5 seconds until they kind of like winked and smiled at me, I was shitting myself again. Like, oh my God, I'm going to go to a New York jail. I'm never going to make it. Fucking hell, this is horrible. So, yeah, a very, like, to summarize my extremely long winded story, um, a very stressful process with next to no information. Just either, hey, do this now, or just nothing. Or, hey, you got the last bit wrong. But absolutely nothing else in between. I would not wish that on my worst enemy. I was just, for like a year and a half, almost 2 years, I was just a ball of stress. Like even getting my police report, right? I knew I hadn't been arrested or done anything wrong in the UK. Not that they ever caught me for anyway. But even still, like, you file away for your police report and you're like, holy shit, what if it comes back bad? What if I've done something that I've forgotten about? And like, everyone's like, are you being fucking stupid? Like, seriously? You know you've never been arrested. You know you've not done anything wrong. Like, you're gonna be fine. I'm like, yeah, but you never know with these things. Maybe there's something that I've forgotten or something. Like, just absolute ball of stress for fucking years for this little old fucking lady to just go, yep, cool, you're in. Enjoy. Really? Okay, thank you. And that was my immigration story. I was worried trying to bring a paper mache mask home. Yeah. So yeah, in total, I think we were just shy of yeah, just shy of two, one. Oh, sorry, just shy of 3 years it was. Just yeah, it was a little over 2 and a bit years. We were just shy of 3 years, all in all, everything in total. Yeah, just shy of 3 years, everything being said. Now, sorry, I'll rephrase that. It was just shy of 3 years from when I landed, when I got to America. So from getting married to landing in America to live, it was just shy of 3 years. The total process, all in all combined, was probably sorry, the total process, like from sending off the application to receiving my passport back, was probably about two 2 years and a couple months. The other part of that was made up of just waiting to get documents back, getting my flights booked, getting everything tied up in the UK before I left, stuff like that. But yeah, 3 years from wedding ring to um, landing in the UK, basically. So, and I mean, it's not cheap. All in all, for everything, absolutely everything, all costs included. So, like filing fees and everything like that. I think the total cost probably came to about 4.5 grand. That's flights and hotels for stuff, not including the trips that I made on my own to come here. But like filing fees, trips to London, hotels, stuff like that. It was I probably spent close to about 4 grand. Um, so it's yeah, it was not a fun process to say the least. Nor was it a cheap process, and that was some of the other delays as well. Um, because I built up this mystery, people leaned into it, and my sales took a dive. Sorry, please hold. Um, let's keep up with the story here. In the end, I declared my ingredients list, and when people saw the colossal salt content, that was really the end. See, should have switched up that menu before you released it. Just change that salt content. But now I'm going straight. No more cats or salt. Ah! I was left with no option but to deliver the odd customer when I could. Oh, sad. So yeah, about 4 grand in total, everything being said, because every time you you got to like a new stage or a new section, you usually had to file like something like, oh, this costs $50, this costs $60. But the main one was like the initial one of like $500 it cost. So because I wasn't working, I didn't son of a bitch. Because I wasn't working, I didn't have kind of those funds readily available. So there was some small delays in there, getting funds and stuff as well, but not too long. But yeah, it is not a fun process to say the least. Not fun at all. But actually, what I will say is, once I actually got here and got my driver's license and everything like that, like I thought there was just going to be so many issues, like, oh, you're not really you're not a citizen, so we don't have this on file or that on file. Nothing. I didn't have one single problem. The only issue that I did have very briefly when I first moved here was my social wasn't recognizing me. My social security number wasn't recognizing me. So whenever someone would run my social, it would just come up blank, and they'd be like, "Oh, you're not really a real person. This is like a fake social security." I'm like, "No, I've just moved here. It might not be processing through the system, so I'd have to give like all these IDs and all my letters and stuff from immigration and all that kind of fun stuff." But that only lasted for a couple of months. Just once my information went through the system. So that was about as bad as it got. Yeah, immigration is not fun, Decky. Ask Goosebot. Goosebot will tell you all about immigration. So yeah, Mark, let me know if what am I missing here? Let me know if your daughter wants an F off geese shirt, and I will get one made for her as my number one fan. It's gonna be at the fucking top, isn't it? He's not wrong. Not wrong. My geese bot is not as mad as he once was. I had to tame him down a little bit in fears that he got banned, because he was pretty ruthless when I first set him up. He was all in. And he wasn't just being mean to me, like he was being mean to everyone in chat and everything. Like he was absolutely ruthless. Like my initial wish for him was to be absolutely ruthless to me, but be nice to chat and like try and get chat to like gang up against me type of thing. I thought that'd be funny, but he was just relentless. Like if like that you saying, "Hey Geespot, what was it like immigrating into Tater's mind of rage?" He would have just been like, "Fuck off, Decky. Who asks a stupid question like that? You're as big of a prick as Tater is." It went really, really, really rough. And I was like, "Oh, he's gonna get banned if people don't quite understand what's going on." If Cup can get banned for a pair of fake boobs on his stream, I'm pretty sure that can get my bot banned. So let's just calm it down, shall we? But now he's kind of tame, which I don't want him to be tame, but I also don't want to go through all the pain in the ass of like creating another account and going through it all again. So I may be a scorned goose. This bit here is going to really annoy me because I can't seem to get the angle to freaking clean it. Maybe in there. Or not. I need to change that reoccurring message as well. That's coming up far too often. Why won't you... Right, okay. What am I... This is multi-purpose, right. Multi-purpose. Spray time. Oh my god. Stuff is relentless. It is cat. Or goose. Alright, we're going to come back to that, because that's pissing me off. And this is not the game to be angry. So Decky, tell me the truth, mate. Are you worried about this tater resurgence that's happening here? Not just getting participation points or tenths. I'm getting fifths and stuff now. And sevenths. I'm climbing the wheel. I'm coming for you. I'm not really. I think I finally passed, though, like the non... I think Carl is my last person to get past. For like the non-participating people, or the ones that participate, you know, infrequently. I think Carl is my last one, so then I can be officially last in the active participants of the wheel. But yeah, I've jumped at quite a distance of those that don't play the wheel. I don't think I'm ahead of anyone who is an active participant. Everyone that I've jumped were the ones that came in, played a game, got third, and then fucked off. I really want to clean that burger, but I can't get it clean. Yeah, and I think rounds like this round that we have, the Fantasy General, or whatever it's called, this is the round that's going to kind of mess me up, because I don't think that many people are going to play it, which means the likes of you, and like the top 5, as we know, but like you specifically, you'll play it. So if not a lot of people play it, you'll get a good haul of points out of it, versus if everybody played it, you might be a little bit lower down, less points. So games like this where there's not a lot of participants really kind of screws me over in chances of like catching anyone else. But we'll see what happens. And then we still got to see if we're going to do that other thing that you were talking about, since we're at mid-season. Let me know. I think it's a good idea, personally. I think it'd be funny. Something to add on to like the website and stuff. Yeah, games like this give us bars, big points to boost up. Apart from, unfortunately, the fact that it is only us bars that play it, so really we're not doing ourselves any favors against each other. We're just adding some more points to our total, but we're not actually... You're not getting away from me, and I'm not catching you. It's good fun, though. It's good fun. So I don't know if anybody was here at the beginning of this, but let me know your thoughts. I thought this would be quite interesting. My good friend Zero Blade showed this to me, and I'm tempted. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tempted, but I want to see what other people think. So he knows I play this game, and he sent me an article saying the world record for playing PowerWash Simulator is 24 hours and 6 minutes. He's like, dude, you could totally do that play for 24 hours and 7 minutes or 8 minutes or whatever and become a world record holder. Not just a speedrun world record, but a Guinness world record holder. I think that's kind of cool. Longest I've streamed is about 8 hours, I think. 8 or 9 hours. Did mention the council about it. Once I'm back from Devon, I'll chase it up. I've wrote up some ideas on my phone. Sweet. Yeah, send me those ideas. So I was thinking about doing it one of two ways. Either A, legitimately going for it, right? Like, legitimately going to go try and beat that record. I'd also be a dick about it as well, because the person that holds the record did it for charity. I'm like, fuck that noise. So, yeah, Fuchsia had a bad round. Metal Gear Solid. Bad round. So yeah, so I was gonna go either complete legit, but not for charity, and like register for it, try and break it, make it official, be in the Guinness Book of World Records. Or, if I don't know how the rules are, like for breaks and stuff like that, so I thought, well, if I don't do it officially, maybe I could do it unofficially, where I could, take as many breaks as I want. Now, I don't mean like go away for 5 hours and come back, but if I need to go to the bathroom or stop for dinner, take a stretch break for a few minutes, etc., etc., but continuously stream for 24 hours, then maybe it's doable. Maybe it's something I could do. Decky, just the man I wanted to see. Also, hi, Tier. Cheers, Cup. I'm glad my stream can be a watering cooler. How's it going, buddy? Hope you're doing good. Welcome in. I like that. Ah, Decky. Oh, hi, Tier. Does this open or something? How the fuck is this still so messy? Oh, it's up here. Actually, Mark, what you were meant to say there is, dang, Tater, you beat Fuchsia, Q, and Decky in that round. I think that's what you were meaning to say there. Don't worry, I'll correct your grammar and stuff. Ah, I see where the fucking problem is. Should have probably started by coming up here. There we go. So yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think it's worth a shot? Trying to do a 24-hour solid tater snake MGT without cheating a single time? I didn't. Wait, are you insinuating, sir, that I cheated in my Metal Gear Solid run? I didn't cheat at all. Run invalid. Saw that coming. Oh wait, what did that come up with? Oh, it's catching my letter to the thing. You said the exact... Yeah, but you were very specific there, as in not cheating a single time. Like, I don't know. I'll let you off with it this time. Yeah, let me know what you think. You think a 24-hour... I mean, I get it. PowerWash Simulator is not the greatest thing to fucking watch. I think that'd be quite a cool thing to maybe try out. You definitely surely did not cheat at all, not even a little bit, 0% chance. Fuck it. Such a dick. Right. Let's see what else. Not the burger fillings. Right, the burger... Right, what are you? This is the burger bun. Yeah, cheers, geese. See, every now and then he has a good little jab at me there. What the fuck am I missing here? Missing you. The project is very broken right now because it's probably about to go live in less than 48 hours. Are you talking in code? Share with the rest of the class. I have no fucking idea how I'm going to do this. Don't worry, you'll find out in time. What, in 48 hours? Is your project the same as my project cup? We both have projects. Now what? I'm not going to tell you about my project either. How do you like it? It is not. Tell you what's fucking broken is this van. I can't clean your burger, sir. Right. It's almost like it's letting me do something here. That's fine. What's behind here? Nothing. So what do you think I'm trying to pick up? No, I missed a whole chunk of them. Fucking hell. Right, but I think that got it. Is that my burger cleaned? I've cleaned my burger. Thank Christ. Oh, I missed a fryer. Missing a headlight. Missing an ingredient unit. Are you an ingredient? You are an ingredient unit. No, it's this one as well. Perfect! Oh, this whole thing is ingredient unit. Bastard! Where's the feckin' dirt? Is it on like... Yeah, there it is. Found ya. Wing mirror. Ha! Fuck you! But people will be able to use it at last. Oh, you're such a tease, Cup. You're such a tease. Nice. Truck. Done. You're welcome, sir. Next. Ugh. Both of these look like they would suck. We'll go for the satellite dish.